What's up, guys? It's Key Trades today, July 7th, and a mistake day for me, right? We had the right reads, we knew the targets were there, just very choppy and tough action to trade, and it ended up messing up my execution, but it should not have, right? So we're going to go over the reads we made, which were right, and then mistakes that we had today. So coming in, I asked the market is range bound. I'd like to see the 5 and 50 model short because we had plenty of stack sell side. I was mainly looking at once we deliver buy or sell side, how do we act from there, right? And it was just simple. I wanted to see where price, man, we're overbought. We had plenty of targets lower. Right, number one is going to be that previous day's low, mainly on the 1 hour, man. We had plenty of sell side, right? We have the equal lows here, 1 hour lows here, 1 hour lows here, 1 hour lows here, right, and 1 hour lows here. We had so much stacked sell side. I was looking for that delivery lower. The 5 and 15 minute model coming into the session open, we had a 15-minute fair value gap here and a 15-minute fair value gap here. Right, main reason for looking for this short, I sent the chat this. We had a ES SMT, right? Here's the open for the week. We failed to sweep out that high. We made a lower high here, a bearish SMT. Coming into ES, we can see week's high was swept out, creating a higher high here. Higher high for ES, lower high for NQ, and I was looking to see how we acted here. Right, coming into the session open, we hit the 15-minute and just dump lower, chop, 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 chop. No trades in the AM. Right, there were potential trades that could have won. This inverse could have scale break evened. This continuation would have stopped out. This continuation would have stopped out. This one would have delivered some of the targets. But I didn't take a trade in the AM, and I'm not upset about that. The conditions just weren't there. The cleanest model, in my opinion, was this inverse here, as we then had triple lows, and we also had an ES 5-minute model that was playing with this. But again, just didn't take it. It wasn't comfortable. Coming on to the PM, right, I took a personal trade. This setup was just plain and simple. We had tariffs called by Trump, and we just had lows to be taken. We made another equal low. We had so much stacked lows. I really wanted to see a quality trade. Right, but this could have played off of the 5-minute inverse, and we had a 5-minute stacked here. Alright, so my trade was simple. We 5-minute inverse rejected and swept out this low. But we still left previous day's low, and we still left another low. So I knew that I wanted to see one more sweep lower. And after rejecting off of the inverse retrace again, we started to form the model. The model would have been cleanest if we would have hit the 5-minute bearish and then delivered it, but we did not. And I hopped on around here. So I was looking at, okay, respected bearish, but I know this market is not clean, nor is it going to deliver efficiently. We had an unfilled 1-minute fair value gap here. This was my personal trade. Again, it wasn't a personal trade. I was live, but no one was on. So I grabbed short at that fair value gap and just placed my stop above, right, looking for a quick delivery. And I played this trade tight. Scale break even at the internal low because my RR was totally fine there, right? My RR here was only about 6-7 points to profit 29 points. I ended up getting out with 30 points on this break. Boom. 30 points. Right, and then I took a loss. That was my first live trade for the day, which was a loss. This would have been it, but again, no one was live, so I was fine with this setup. And this setup is a bit of a different setup. This setup comes off a new week opening gap move. So we can see that this is the close, and this is the open, and here is our new week opening gap. Keep in mind that we still have the 5-minute equal highs and an unfilled 5-minute fair value gap above, and that is what did us dirty. We absolutely got cooked on this trade. So we came back in, rejected off of this new week opening gap again. We started seeing sellers. I grabbed my short here, looking for the same exact targets. This random candle comes in and absolutely destroys us. I had a planned 25-point stop loss. I ended up losing 35 points because of the slippage. Fine, whatever. So now from this win to this loss, I'm a little bit red on the day. And here is where my mistake came in. Right? The loss was fine. I'm totally fine with that model. I was confident. The draw was there. I knew it was going to get. I'm totally fine with playing that trade. And then we hit that 5-minute, and we gave what? Our classic 5-minute model. So was I right to take this? It's an okay trade, but I probably should have not taken it. The conditions aren't there. We should have expected efficient delivery here, or even in my trade, we should have expected efficient delivery. We didn't get that, so I should not be looking for here. I should be what? Discipline on my areas of interest. We got that sweep, and then we get the inverse. And guess what I do? I get back in the shorts. And you're asking me, why is the title of the video how I missed out on money? Psychology. I grabbed shorts here, and when we came back to retest it again, I added to my position and had my stop loss here at 21,900, right? 22,900. I put 5 in because I'm break even, knowing that if I profit here, I could make a $400 profit, you know, $400 to $480 profit here on my TP. But then I added, and when I added, what did I do? We swept out these lows, instantly reversed. So what did I do? I took a stupid scale. I break even. I got break even. Boom. And what do you know? It fully delivers. I told the members, right, that if I would have just kept my original trade, because my original plan was this, either it hits the stop loss or it hits my TP. I am not going break even because I'm confident in this trade. I'm confident in my target. So confident, in fact, that if we go back up, you can see I quite literally hopped on and said 9:50 a.m. way back here. Previous day's low 228.26 likely. Boom. 5-minute model would have been clean. We didn't get it. Right? So by making that mistake of adding to my position in this condition, and we broke the low and flipped, I scaled and then made my money back, and now I'm a little green on the day and then got break even. When the reality is this, I could have been break even on the day, down a little bit, and I could have stuck to my plan properly and what I called for, held myself accountable, and I would have came out with a $400 profit plus today. But it is okay. Right? Mistakes are going to happen. We're not going to be perfect, but the main thing is this. When you execute, and your plan is set. If you add to your trade, you should be adding to a winner in your favor. You shouldn't be adding into a negative, right? I did that after we rejected this 1 minute. And by adding more size, now I'm in 9 contracts, and now I'm risking, almost $500. Now my psychology's like, fuck, man, I don't want to lose 500. This market's choppy. It's not delivering. Once we break this low, we should have dumped, right? Getting in your head. Fact of the matter is, entry was here. This was a clear model, and we should have played. But in terms of callouts, we did have Caesar call that trade out. Right? He said, closure below, we have a nice 5-minute bearish. Is lined up with the 1 minute at our test. Tend to minimize your size. Right? And then we got that test at a 5-minute. Bam. And that was his short entry. And it played ball all the way down and banged out. Right? So glad members could have took that. If they were live with me, they would have got scale break even at this internal low for 25 points. But all in all, understanding conditions, staying disciplined, and we make mistakes. Come back tomorrow fresh. The market's tough. It does not mean we don't stick to our plan. We have confidence in our plan. We have confidence in our edge. We'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to kill it. And so far this week, I'm up like $100. I made some money last night, and then I'm break even today. So it's totally fine. But thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we have a link in the bio. We'd be happy to have any and all new members. But until next time, guys, peace out.